Let's do that. That's better. Welcome to the first episode of In the Pit of My Stomach, where I am Bruce McGee, your Plexus brand ambassador, and I'm welcoming you to the world that I live in, or I have lived in for the last 3.5 years, almost 4 years now, with Plexus Worldwide as a distributor, actually, of some plant-based supplements and probiotics. And I'm not here. I'm actually here to sell you stuff. But I mean, actually, I have a testimony that I want to give you, and I want to make sure that everybody understands right now that Plexus brand. We These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration, and this product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. So I want to get that right out of the way, just out of the bat, because a lot of people tune into these shows looking for cures for everything and anything under the sun, and we are basically a health and wellness company, and we help people kind of tackle some of the stuff that they have going on with them, whether that be weight loss, whether that be skin products, whether that be nutritional products, health and wellness, kind of all around stuff. And Plexus, to begin with, was a company that started out as I think their first product was a breast awareness what do they call that, a test kit for breast cancer, and that's how they came to be. And but we're going to get into that in other episodes about where Plexus came from and stuff. My main objective here today is to tell you the kind of struggles that I went through from the time I was like in my early 20s up until just recently, about 3.5 years ago, with my acid reflux. And basically, I grew up, as just a regular kid, and I ate right and thought I was healthy and strong. And around the time I was about 22, 23 years old, something like that, I started getting what they called acid reflux. Started getting this burning sensation in my chest and things like that. And we've all been through that because, we overeat, we don't eat right, we don't hydrate correctly, we don't do a whole things in our lives correctly because there's so much stuff going on in our lives. We tend to forget to do these things as we go forward in our daily lives and our daily routines. Well, I was never a big water drinker before this. I was never a big person on taking supplements and vitamins and stuff like that because, at the time I was, in my mid-20s. I was strong, I was healthy, I was, I could do whatever I want and eat whatever I want and do whatever I want. But like I said, I would get up in the middle of the night and have these massive heartburn attacks and things like that, so bad that they would choke me. And if you've ever been choking on, coming up, I don't want to get graphic about it, but there's some times where you get some acid and stuff that gets up in your esophagus and it just chokes you out. Well, this started to happen so often that I went to the doctor, and this was shortly after, I think, shortly after I got out of the Air Force, and they put me on this drug called pantoprazole, if I remember it correctly. And man, it was a miracle. I took that for a couple of days, and all of a sudden, bam, my acid reflux was gone. And he had me on that for about 2 years and stuff, and everything was going fine. I started going on with my usual form of life, going out and playing sports and partying and dating and all that other stuff that you can do and do well, whatever the case may be. And about 2 years down the road, I started getting the acid reflux again. And I'm just going like, okay, well, I'm taking this medication. I've been on this medication, and maybe it's just a fluke, and we're just going to keep taking this medication. And I kept taking the medication, but the acid reflux kept coming back. Went to the doctor again. I was probably close to 30 about this time, and the doctor says, well, and this is a doctor I've had for almost all my adult life, and Dr. Broad, and he was a really good doctor, great doctor. And he says, okay, well, let's take a look at things. We got this new stuff coming out. It was called famotidine, and famotidine was Pepcid. If you guys know that off-the-counter medication called Pepcid, because you can get Pepcid AC and stuff like that. But Back in the day, it was called famotidine. And I started taking that, and lo and behold, it was gone again. No problem. And so, I went on through my life, got married, started having kids and stuff like that. And lo and behold, about the time I turned 35, 36 or something like that, here comes back the acid reflux. So I'm just going like, okay, well, I quit taking the pantoprazole, and I'm still taking the Pepsid. We're just going to call it Pepsid for right now. And it wasn't working again. So I didn't bother going back to the doctor at all. But around that time, there was all kinds of stuff that was kind of over the counter stuff. And one of them that came out was what was it? The purple pill. What do you want to call the purple pill? I remember. Oh, Nexium. Nexium was the next one up. I'm just going to call it the purple pill because I don't want to call out anything that might get me sued or anything. So I really don't want to. But we're going to call it Nexium anyway. But we'll call it the little purple pill. So I started taking that off, and I remember reading on the package that this Nexium pill is only supposed to be taken for 14 days, 28 days at the maximum, and then you're supposed to lay off for a couple of months and then start taking it again once you start getting the symptoms back. So it basically was what it was, is just a Band-Aid for the problems that you're having. Well, Nexium worked so good, and when I was off of it, it didn't work at all. So I'm all like, well, what could be the problem with taking Nexium, a lot, or low bill blue pill a lot? Well, the problem is you're not supposed to take it. I don't know what the long-term effects are on it. I can only imagine what they are. But the fact of the matter is that I was taking them. I just stopped not taking them after 14 and 28 days. I just kept on taking them because it was working great. It was working fantastic all the way up until I was about 50. And once I turned 50, all of a sudden I started getting the acid reflux again. So all of a sudden, all these stuff that I've been taking all the way down, started taking the Nexium, and all of a sudden I said, okay, well, we're going to keep taking this Nexium because at least it's taking care of my stuff during the daytime. I didn't have the acid reflux during the day, and we'll just back it up with some Tums at night. Well, I started doing that. And where I'm fisting Nexium in the daytime, I'm fisting Tums at night, and all of a sudden that starts working. So I'm going like, okay, well, I got this thing covered, So I'm taking Nexium, I'm taking Tums. It's all fine and dandy. It's all great. Get back into my mid 50s and stuff like that. All of a sudden, I'm having problems again. Just unbelievable. But this time I'm just going like, okay, there's really not much that I can do. I've heard all kinds of things, people, taking all kinds of other supplements. And I just went like, the whole probiotic thing actually started, probably back when I was in my late 50s or something like that. Everybody's talking about probiotic. I'm like, I don't need no probiotics, that's this Nexium works most of the time. The Tums works most of the time, and that's all great. Get into my 60s, and it's starting to get bad. It's starting that the Nexium's not working during the day. It's starting that even though I'm taking Nexium and Tums throughout the day, it's still not working. Got so bad to where even when I drank a glass of water, that I would get acid reflux. It was so bad. And then one night I woke up and I was choking so bad. And I don't know anybody who has ever had acid reflux or GERD or whatever, hypated septum, whatever they call that up there, where your flap is degenerated. Know what I'm talking about right now. You wake up in the middle of the night, it stands you straight up in your bedroom, and you cannot breathe because you are choking on the bile and stuff, that's the acid that's coming up through your esophagus, and it has just choked you inside your esophagus, and you cannot get air. And it got that bad, and it scared me to death. It scared my wife to death. And I had to do something. I just had to do something, and I didn't know what to do. So no, basically the only thing I could do is go back to the doctor, and the doctor wanted to put me back on the prescription medications. And at that time I was really starting to try to stay off of any medication that I can. 60 years old, I'm not on any high blood pressure medication, I'm not a diabetic, I'm not doing any type of stuff like that. I really wanted to be taking care of my body. So I kind of rejected all that situation. And he goes like, well, just try backing off of the Nexium a while and start taking the Nexium again. Well, I did that. And all of a sudden, it started working again. Fast forward to when I met John Odermatt. John Odermatt, I don't know if you know, he's been on my other podcast before, and he's been on this podcast. Even though this is the first episode, this is just a restart of some episodes that I've done earlier, but this is actually a restart from a couple of years ago. But John is the one who introduced me to Plexus Worldwide products, which are plant-based supplements and probiotics. And he started talking and teasing on the Facebook about this pink drink that he was drinking, and how good this pink drink was. And at that time, I was listening to Lions Liberty podcast, all three of those guys, and it was really fun listening to him. But he kept talking on Facebook. I started following him, and he kept talking about this pink drink, and I'm just all like, what's this pink drink all about, John? And and he didn't get back to me right away, but all of a sudden I get a TM on my Facebook. He's like, hey, I'd really like to talk to you about, what's going on with your acid reflux, and maybe I can fix you up, and maybe we can get those symptoms, toned down a little bit. So I actually said, oh, cool. If a celebrity's calling me, I want to go ahead and talk to this celebrity. Well, I did. And I contacted John, and me and John talked for a while. We had a good 15, probably 30-minute talk, something that, if you're interested, I would like to have them, talk to you about your symptoms and stuff like that. But we're going to go on with what John was telling me. So I told him what was going on with my symptoms and things like that. And I'm a very skeptical guy. I mean, extremely skeptical. I just don't, I've been into the direct marketing stuff before as far as products are concerned. A lot of that, the direct marketing stuff that I've ever done in my life kind of just turned out to be not good. And but I don't want to put a bad label on what I'm doing now, because it's not a bad label what I'm doing now. What I do now is direct marketing a product that has worked for me. I'm giving you the testimony of what has worked for me. But fast forward back to what me and John talked about. We talked about my acid reflux, and he goes, well, I never really heard about anybody, trying to figure out, whether this will work for acid reflux. But if you're willing to try, I'm willing to, try you out on this triplex system that I have. And so I said, okay, well, here's what I'm going to do. And you guys can look back on my timeline. You can go to Bruce McGee at Facebook and look back on my timeline. I said, I'm going to put this Plexus to the test. I'm going to give it a 30-day test, a live 30-day test. And that time I was just getting into podcasting. And I said, okay, I'm going to do this on my live morning show. And because I was doing a live Facebook thing, going back and forth to work. And what I did was every morning I got up and I mixed up a pink drink like I have right here now. I just take a little bit to wet my whistle, but I would go and I would talk about my symptoms. And the first day, that I got the stuff, I started taking the three things that he gave me, which was Slim. He gave me this stuff called BioCleanse and another pill called ProBio 5. And none of these things are prescription ordered. They're all over the counter. And let me tell you again, one more thing. I just wanted to cut with it. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration, and this product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. So I want to get that right out of the way one more time. So I started taking this Plexus stuff, and like I said, I'm very skeptical. So the first couple of nights, I started feeling not so good. And, I gave a phone call to John, and John goes like, well, you got this thing called Candida stuff that is kind of breaking down and is leaving your body. You're not going to feel good for a couple of days, but you know what? Probably by the fourth day, you're going to be okay, and you're going to start feeling better. I'm all like, okay, so we went through that and went through this getting over the hill thing with feeling better with these probiotics and these supplements that I started taking, because my body had not been seeing what I had been doing to it. So my body was way out of balance with any kind of probiotics, because I've never even taken a probiotic in my life. Never thought about cleansing my body of toxins and stuff like that. And never thought about, ever seeding my gut or making my gut in a way where it would work for me and my brain at the same time in order to take care of this acid reflux problem. Well, after about 15 days, all of a sudden I'm going like, well, I don't have acid reflux anymore. And I thought it was very odd because, I hadn't had any. Well, I've had a couple of bouts in between that first 15 days, but they were kind of going down. So I'm going like, okay, this is unbelievable. I don't know if this is for real. So I kept doing it, and I got done with my 30 days, and I was on a subscription at that time because he sold me a subscription to this product, and I was always had the intention of canceling the product because I was for sure that it was not going to work. Well, I'm sitting here in front of you 3.5, 4 years later, and I've had a little bit of acid indigestion every once in a while, but that's only because of my problem of eating, overeating sometimes. But I have not had a stand you up in the middle of the night, choking on whatever's coming up through your esophagus and choking me to the point that I wanted to die. It was unfreaking believable. And basically, what we have done here is we have introduced a probiotic into your body. We have cleansed your body of the impurities that you have in your body at the time. And we're also seeding at the same time or feeding at the same time all your body these good bacteria because your body is made of a lot of bacteria. I mean, like a lot of bacteria. You wouldn't think so. You think of bacteria going like, ew, bacteria. No, bacteria is good and your body is chock full of bacteria, but you have to have the right bacteria. And Plexus products and probiotics and all those stuffs are chock full of those bacterias that you need. So, basically, we're talking 4 years down the road, and I feel great. I've talked to a bunch of people who have had the same problems, and they're going through the same skeptical thing that I'm going through. They talk about, I've never taken a probiotic. I see all this stuff on TV. I see, these commercials from the pharmaceutical companies saying they can do this, they can do that. I've asked my doctor, and they go like, whatever. A lot of doctors do not delve into the realm of wellness and health and wellness, and they don't really do a whole bunch of stuff in probiotics or supplements and stuff like that. All they do is they want to you know prescribe you medications to take care of that situation. Well, these medications are not medications; they're supplements. The ones that I'm talking about from Plexus, and I want to show you a couple of them here. First of all, I'm going to show you the one that actually I started talking. I started talking about this pink drink, and here's the pink drink that I'm talking about. It's called Slim, and you want to seed your gut with a good quality bioactivated formula to prep your garden, to prep your gut garden, your guy garden. I misspelled that. But basically, I'm a gardener. So when I do my other podcast, which is the Weathered Soul, the Weathered Review and the Weathered Report and the Weathered View, all those, they're all based on my hobby. We're all entrepreneurs over there, and I happen to be a gardener. That's what I do. So I understand what what you have to do to prepare your soil to get a good garden. Well, it's the same thing with your gut. It's the same thing with your body. You have to prepare your body to accept what you're going to put into it. And another thing that you have to do when you're preparing your body for the seed type, you need to actually cleanse your body of those impurities, and that's where I use this BioCleanse. This BioCleanse product is a magnesium product, and you can find these products. You can find these over the counter for sure, but can you find the quality of the products that I'm going to be offering you here today? Well, BioCleanse is very gentle. When I first started taking BioCleanse, I'm going like, oh no, I've seen these commercials before. Colon blow, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to blow my colon out for 4 or 5 days. Yeah, that's not what I'm doing. This is not what you think it is. What it is a very gentle, magnesium-based supplement that you can take that gently cleanses all that bad stuff out of your gut. It kind of balances everything out. And along with the Slim, you start seeding your gut with that good prebiotic that is going to make sure that when we actually feed our probiotics, which is the ProBio 5 right here, the ProBio 5 is chock full of all those probiotics that you need throughout your day. And you want to feed your gut a good quality probiotic. Look, I'm not saying you can't go to the store and buy these stuff off the shelf. But what I am saying is that when you hear somebody with a testimony and has been through the constant rigmarole of doing all these things with the prescription medications, with the over-the-counter medications, with to tell you the honest to God's truth, I've never tried to match these products to the over-the-counter products that I can get. Why? I don't have to. I found Plexus products to work for me. So if I found the Plexus products to work for me, and I can have a conversation with you and say, hey, look, let's take a look at what you've got going on. Let's take a look at what you need, as far as probiotics or plant-based supplements, because hey, maybe you don't have the same problem I have. Maybe you have a weight loss problem. Maybe you have a skin problem. Maybe you have all kinds of other problems that maybe, just maybe, the gut and brain are not working together in unison to be able to give you that symptom. What do I want to call that? I just want to call the communication that it needs to help alleviate those systems. And a lot of your maladies that we do every day, because we eat processed food, we eat fast food, we don't take care of ourselves, we don't hydrate, we don't do a lot of things that we should do. And the problem is that after years and years and years of this type of abuse, it's not going to happen overnight, guys. It's not going to happen overnight. But within 30 days, I was able to find relief with my acid reflux. So, just kind of backtrack on what we were talking about. I had acid reflux. It has been a lifetime struggle for me. And even though I've taken all the prescription medications, I've taken almost all the over the counter medications, I've taken almost all the antacid medications that you can think about, and still over the test of time, they have proven not to work. And like I said, I've been into my Plexus Triplex plan for over 3.5 years now. And I'm telling you right now, it's the best that I've ever felt. And not just because I haven't had acid reflux, is because I feel more energized. This is an energy thing. It's also a healthy thing. I've learned how to hydrate more because it almost forces you to hydrate. It almost forces you, once you start doing the pink drink and you start feeling that you're getting hydrated now, water tastes better. And once you start knowing that you cleansed out your body and you can feel confident that you can go on to a nice healthier diet without piling it on to something that's really bad to begin with, it's amazing. And once you start putting that probiotic in your body and knowing that you're doing the best thing that you can do for your body, I'm telling you right now, there's nothing better than that. So I wanted to, just be real short with this tonight because this is the first episode that I have. I've got some guests that I would like to bring on, like John Odermatt and his wife, and they're great ambassadors that I work under. And the fact of the matter is that I'm just here to help everybody who's got a problem with that maybe their gut and their mind or their brain is not communicating well enough to be able to help them help themselves. And that's what I'm here for. So what I want to do is I want to give you some contact information. Here's some contact information for you. Now, if you see that little QR code up there, that's going to take you to my online store. Now, I would love you to use that and go investigate yourself, because if you order off of that link right there, that would be great. But first of all, I would like you to contact me. You can contact me at bruce@weatheredsoul.com. Right there at the bottom. Contact me, bruce@weatheredsoul.com. And once you give me your email address, I will email you back. This address right here will not be shared with anybody else. Your information is safe with me. I'm not going to share it with anybody. It's just going to be me and you contacting each other back and forth. And we're going to have a conversation, whether that be by email, be by phone, be by Zoom call. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. If you would like to have somebody who's even more experienced than I am to come on and kind of coach you and talk to you about the struggles that they've gone through, and if it's something different than acid reflux, well, I can get somebody else on there too. But basically, I would like to see if I can help you with your specific item that you are dealing with on a daily basis, and see if that gut brain thing is going to be what's going to help you out. Because more than likely, That's what it is. Now, I would like to send you a PDF that has to do with all these products that I showed you: Slim, BioCleanse, and ProBioFlive. They are a part of a system called the triplex system, and that's what I'm on now. And this is a system that I take every single day, and I take it without even thinking about it anymore because I've taken it for so long. I've taken it for almost 4 years now, and it's a habit that has just it helped me immensely. I take more products than that, of course. Plexus Worldwide has a full range of nutritional products. They have a full range of dietary products. They have a full range of skincare products. All kinds of those products, basically in those three categories. And even they got family nutrition in there. So I mean, you can take a look at some stuff for your kids also. So kids aren't immune to dietary problems and gut problems and stuff like that. And the sooner that you get your kids involved in taking care of their gut problem, everything starts working a lot better. So there's something that can be said for getting your kids started on something like this. But basically, it starts with contacting somebody who is with Plexus Worldwide. If you know somebody already, by all means. If you know somebody who's into Plexus already, go ask them, because I don't want to take business away from them. But if you want to come with me and you want to keep going on a health and wellness journey, please come to me and contact me. And I'm going to give you my contact information again: bruce@weatheredsoul.com. And like I said, you can use that QR code up there, and you can contact me through the or not contact me through the QR code, but you can go to my store and at least check out some of the products that we have. But please contact me at bruce@weatheredsoul.com so we can get together and we can talk about the certain things that we all need to know, so I can put you at comfort about the products, so I can give you my knowledge on what the products have done for me and the other products that I use, because I do use some other products that Plexus Worldwide offers, and it's just a great way to get your body back in sync. I'm telling you, I'm 64. I haven't felt this good, back even when I was in my 30s, I didn't feel that good. So, this is not snake oil. I'm not a snake oil salesman. It is direct sales. And I know that sometimes people think about direct sales as being a dirty word, multi-level marketing. The thing is that even your store down the street, your big box store, they're multi-level marketing too. They have a distributor. They have a product that they sell. That distributor sells it to the store that you get into it. The store marks it up, they sell it to you, and off the way you go. It's the same thing with direct marketing, guys. It's the same exact thing. And I've got great deals that are happening. I got a deal right now, a pre-Black Friday event that's happening, and you can get 15% off right now until tomorrow night at midnight. And so it's really important for you to contact me. I would love to talk to you. I've got some time. I'm home for next week, this Thanksgiving week. I know everybody is busy, with family and stuff. But if you want to contact me and just have a short little visit, and maybe we can get you set up before tomorrow night at midnight, and I can get you some great prices on some great products that I'm offering you here. And like I said, it starts with you. It starts with your decision to want to be able to heal yourself and want to be able to have that situation where you can just feel better. I mean, that's the whole thing. Just feel better, because I know that I have been there. I've woken up in the middle of the night choking on whatever's coming up through my esophagus and not being able to get air. It's scary. I know, guys. It's just, you think you're going to die. But if I can get you to sign up, if I can get you there, if I can get you just to try just a little bit to see if we can stop that situation, it's all worth it to me, and it's all worth it for you. So I want to leave you with that, and we're going to come back. I'm going to be doing these doing these episodes periodically. And like I said, I've got some guests lined up to come on to tell you their testimonies and things that they're doing it. Some of for weight loss, some of them for other problems that they've had. That the Plexus products have helped them out. Not necessarily the Triplex products, but other products that we have. And it is just amazing what this company does for its not only its distributors but its customers. And so, like I said, get a hold of me. Here's the contact information again. Boom, there it is. Contact me at bruce@weatheredsoul.com. Use that QR code up there just to go browse around in the store, so you can take a look at those products and see what I've got to offer. And like I said, here's ask me. When we do get together, just ask me how I can get you 50% off your next order, or receive a free reset on your next order. And the reset is oh man, I'm telling you right now, the reset is unbelievable. It's a fasting product, so it's a 3-day fast, and we can get into that on another show. But if you're a VIP of my group right now, you can get that right now. If you want to buy some other products from me, and you can get 15% off on those products, or you can get a free reset. So it's all worth it to you. And like I said, thank you guys for being here. Got to go. I know everybody's busy, just like I'm busy, but I wanted to get on here and give you my testimony because it was important to me. And it's important to me to give you that testimony so that you can take seriously the problems you have going. And I hope you contact me. I'm Bruce McGee, Plexus brand ambassador for Plexus Worldwide Products. Contact me at bruce@weatheredsoul.com. This is Weathered Soul presents Plexus, and I'm going to be back in a couple of weeks to have another episode of In the Pit of My Stomach. And I want to thank you guys for being here. Have a good evening. Be good to yourselves, and have a happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you later, guys. Take care.